Hello friends, today I am going to elaborate on the Great Departure relief at Sanchi Stupa. The legends of Buddha's life have remained the subject matter of the Buddhist narrative art since ages. We can see various events from the life of Gautama Siddhartha, his journey towards enlightenment, his miracles and Jataka tales represented at many places. At Sanchi, we witness a wealth of narrative depictions on the massive Toranas. The story of the Great Departure and its execution at Sanchi is highly captivating. Buddhist art was conceived as an alternative to the written word. The various narratives at Sanchi unfold the chain of events related to the life of Buddha. On the middle architrave of the East Gateway at Sanchi, we find the beautiful depiction of the Great Departure. It sits there inspiring the viewer by reserving the central position for itself, certainly telling about its importance in the life of Gautama Siddhartha. The story fills up the entire panel and also sort of baffles the viewer in terms of where to start reading the visual narrative. The artist thus chooses to go with the convention of the written script and follows the sequential episodes from left to right. There is a very important thing that we need to keep in mind when we look at these narratives, and that is that though their canvas is that of stone and devoid of color, but the hands that crafted these marvelous stories understood that the oral or written narration bestowed the narrator with the expanding the theme to any length of time and space in order to weave the story. But, on the contrary, the visual narration required the artist to do the same in a limited given space, and thus the carver chose to represent the narrative with certain selective episodes of the chronicle. The narrative representation of the Great Departure is also sequential and runs from left to right. Towards the extreme left side of the panel, we see a large architectural structure, which is the portrayal of the city of Kapilavastu. The Torana flanking the architecture marks it as a significant building. It is the depiction of the palace of the Sakyas. The architectural details echo the early monastic structures. The Great Departure marks the occasion Prince Siddhartha leaving the palace for the search of truth. Since he is the prince, the king and the queen, along with his wife Yashodhara and son Rahula, made every possible attempt to evade off his quest. He wanted to go to the forest and live the life of a wanderer in search of truth of life. It is a night time when Buddha chooses to proceed out of the city along with his charioteer Chandaka and on his favorite horse called Kantaka. The artist very cleverly chooses the attendant figures, that of yakshas, who are shown carrying the horse on their hands, and this brilliantly depicts the night scene. That's the reason why we notice the horse lifted up in the air. The logical reasoning for this is that the hooves of the horse would create a lot of noise, thus awakening his family, the guards, and also breaking the silence of the night. Hence, the yakshas are helping Prince Siddhartha in order to leave the royal household by carrying the horse on their hands. This whole episode represents the dead of night. We notice that the horse has been depicted several times, and by using this method, the artist uses the progression in time and progression in space, but avoids to break the whole story into separate blocks, much like how it is done in comics. The artist divides the whole canvas only with one large tree standing in the middle of the panel, which divides the scene of the city with those of the forest. The artist employs a natural divider and lets the spectator understand from where the story started to where it will conclude. The artist symbolically depicts Buddha with Chhatravali, that is also called a parasol, over the horse, marking his aniconic presence. The multiplication of the figure of the horse allows the artist to denote movement. Parasol is shown held by Chandaka, his charioteer, as he is the one who introduced Prince Siddhartha to the three bitter truths of life, that are old age, sickness, and death. At reaching the forest, Siddhartha is said to have discarded his princely belongings and also gave away his horse to Chandaka to be given back to the city of Kapilavastu, signifying how he lets go of the worldly materialistic associations. At the far right, we see a large pair of footprints, that is Buddhapada, another symbol marking the presence of Buddha, and they are also sheltered by a parasol, thus signifying that Buddha has reached the forest and his followers are shown going back to the city, which can be noticed by the backward direction of the attendant spirits and the horse. The only image that does not travel back are the footprints and the parasol. With this visual narrative, the artist renders for a conscious and learned viewer who could be a monk, a devotee, or a patron, and is very well able to understand the stone narrative which the artist initiates. Through his chosen medium, the artist tries to create spiritual stimulation in the mind of the viewer rather than physical likeness. I hope you enjoyed the story and the method of its execution. Thank you. Please join me for the next one.